Beneath the quiet authority of a dawn sky, the 2025 Ford F-450 Super Duty rolled across the cracked pavement of a remote construction site, its colossal presence as commanding as the machines it worked alongside. This wasn't just a truck, it was a powerhouse engineered to redefine what a heavy-duty pickup could be. Where other trucks hesitated, the F-450 advanced. Where roads ended, it became the road. It wasn't about luxury, though it had plenty. It wasn't just about strength, though it had more than most machines on wheels. The 2025 F-450 was a machine of purpose, a vehicle bred for the heaviest hauls, the hardest labor, and the most uncompromising demands that life or work could throw at it. From the outside, the F-450 looked more like an industrial-grade tool than a traditional pickup. Its massive proportions were accentuated by wide dual rear wheels, muscular fender flares, and a front fascia that was redesigned for 2025 to improve both airflow and presence. The enormous chrome grille, with C-clamp LED lighting on either side, dominated the front end and signaled what the rest of the vehicle confirmed. This was the top of the food chain. It stood high, tall enough that a grown adult needed running boards to climb into the cab, yet every inch of its height, every ounce of its weight, was justified by function. The F-450 came in several trims: XL, XLT, Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, and the Pinnacle Limited, but even in its base form, it was a weapon of capability. The Super Cab and Crew Cab configurations offered flexibility in layout, with standard 8-foot boxes that were built with high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy, strong enough to take punishment, light enough to optimize towing dynamics. Under the hood, the 2025 F-450 offered two absolute monsters of performance. The standard powertrain was a 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 turbo diesel that delivered an incredible 475 horsepower and 1,050 lb-ft of torque. This was the engine for those who pulled fifth-wheel trailers, loaded down flatbeds, and heavy construction equipment through punishing terrain. But the real beast was the optional high-output version of the same 6.7L Power Stroke V8, which delivered a staggering 500 horsepower and 1,200 lb-ft of torque, figures that blurred the line between pickup and freight hauler. Both engines were mated to Ford's TorqueShift 10-speed automatic transmission, engineered specifically for heavy-duty loads and offering optimized gear spacing for better power delivery whether on steep grades, long hauls, or rough terrain. This power translated into jaw-dropping numbers. The 2025 F-450 could tow up to 40,000 pounds when properly equipped, an astonishing figure made possible by the gooseneck hitch setup and reinforced frame structure. Conventional towing capacity hovered around 25,000 pounds, while the payload rating climbed above 7,800 pounds, depending on configuration. This wasn't just best in class, it was in a class of its own. And yet, despite its brute strength, the 2025 F-450 was not a blunt instrument. Ford had refined its Super Duty line into precision tools, outfitted with cutting-edge towing technology that made operating such a massive vehicle not only possible but intuitive. Pro Trailer Hitch Assist, which used cameras and sensors to automatically steer the truck into perfect alignment with a trailer, was standard on higher trims and available across the lineup. Onboard scales estimated payload weight in real time and displayed it on both the center screen and rear taillights, using visual cues to prevent overloading. Smart Hitch technology measured tongue weight to ensure safe load distribution. A 360-degree camera system with trailer reverse guidance provided a bird's-eye view of everything around the truck, even with a trailer attached. Ford's trailer navigation system had been upgraded for 2025, allowing drivers to input the exact dimensions of their truck and trailer combination so the GPS would avoid tight turns, low overpasses, and restricted roads. Even in the chaos of job sites or unfamiliar terrain, the F-450 helped the driver stay aware, safe, and in control. Inside the cabin, the F-450 abandoned any notions of Spartan utility and embraced a kind of rugged luxury. The limited trim in particular was more like a rolling command center than a work truck, with premium leather seats, contrast stitching, and brushed aluminum or real wood accents. But even in lower trims like Lariat or King Ranch, the 2025 refresh had introduced quieter cabin insulation, new seat ergonomics, and enhanced tech interfaces that made long hauls or daily site trips more comfortable than ever before. At the heart of the dash was a massive 12-inch portrait-style touchscreen running SE4, Ford's latest infotainment system. With support for split-screen multitasking, real-time weather and traffic, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, over-the-air updates, and a built-in 5G modem, it turned the F-450 into a connected workspace. Physical buttons remained for critical functions: traction control, trailer brake controller, drive modes, all designed to be usable with gloved hands. An available head-up display projected key driving info onto the windshield, keeping the driver's eyes on the road. The instrument cluster was a fully digital 12-inch display that could show everything from tire pressure to trailer sway data to off-road pitch and roll angles. USB-C and USB-A ports were scattered throughout the cabin, alongside a wireless charging pad and available 110V outlets for powering tools or charging laptops. Comfort, too, was prioritized. Heated and ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, dual-zone climate control, and even massaging seats on upper trims elevated the cabin experience. The rear seats in the crew cab folded up to reveal a flat load floor, with lockable under-seat storage for tools, gear, or valuables. A twin-panel moonroof let natural light flood the cabin during long drives or midday breaks. But even beyond the tech and luxury, the 2025 F-450 didn't forget its primary mission: resilience. The new Super Duty platform had been enhanced with improved high-strength steel in the frame, reinforced axles, and upgraded suspension components to support extreme weight and punishment. The truck's electronic locking rear differential, off-road capable shocks, and selectable drive modes, including tow/haul, slippery, deep snow/sand, and rock crawl, gave it surprising agility, even when conditions became unstable. On the safety front, Ford Co-Pilot 360 was standard, with advanced features like adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go, lane centering, evasive steering assist, automatic emergency braking, blind spot information with trailer coverage, and cross-traffic alert with braking. A new trailer theft alert system notified owners via the Ford Pass app if someone attempted to disconnect their trailer without permission. The 2025 model also saw the introduction of Ford's Blue Cruise 1.3 hands-free highway driving technology, optional on higher trims. This system used pre-mapped highways and a suite of cameras and sensors to allow drivers to operate the vehicle hands-free on thousands of miles of U.S. and Canadian roads, a feature especially helpful during long-distance towing trips where fatigue could be dangerous. Every detail, from the built-in tailgate step and zone lighting system to the power tailgate with memory height settings, had been thought through with relentless attention to utility. Even the new Pro Power onboard system turned the F-450 into a mobile generator, capable of delivering up to 2.0 kilowatts of power, enough to run tools, lights, and even small appliances on the job site or campsite. Ultimately, the 2025 Ford F-450 Super Duty wasn't designed to be a truck for everyone. It wasn't a soft commuter. It wasn't a style statement. It was a specialized tool, built for those whose work or lifestyle required absolute strength, unflinching durability, and relentless capability. It was for the long-haul driver pulling a fifth wheel through the Rockies. It was for the contractor moving materials across uneven terrain. It was for the rancher who needed a vehicle that worked as hard as they did, day in and day out, in heat, cold, mud, and snow. And as it idled at the edge of a site or cruised down a dusty highway with a 30-foot trailer in tow, the 2025 F-450 didn't need to prove anything. It already had.